What's up, people of the internet? My name is Hondro, and today we're going to talk about John Wick. Keanu Reeves as a mass murdering ex-hitman for hire who goes on a murder spree because of his doggy. And obviously, as all my reviews are, this is very spoiler heavy, so if you haven't seen the original John Wick and you're planning on seeing it, I highly suggest you get out and watch it right now. Come back after you've seen it and let me know what you think. Now, this film brings back Keanu as the action star that we all knew and loved from the Matrix trilogy, particularly the first one and the second one, in my opinion. Third one is watchable. It's a film. It's a serviceable film. But anyway, John Wick. Keanu Reeves kills it in this performance. He's devoted to the action. You can tell that right from the get-go. They invested a ton of time in training him how to drive the car, how to handle all the weapons, how to do all the martial arts. He's kick-ass in this movie. That goes without saying. Like, if you watch the movie and you still don't think Keanu Reeves kicks ass, you are, I don't know what you are. You're not a human being. You must be something else. This movie invokes such a strong, it has such a strong opening that you really feel that everything he's doing in this movie is justified to an extent. So the whole movie starts where it starts at the end, essentially, the film, where he's badly beaten up and he's laying there on the ground with his phone in his hand, watching a video of his wife and him on the beach. And then it flashes back, starts back at the beginning. He's waking up in a bed. There's nobody next to him. Turns off his alarm, gets up, goes to the hospital. His wife is there. Then he starts having all these flashbacks where you're seeing little snippets of memories and stuff. Long story short, his wife dies. And her gift to him, which unbeknownst to him just shows up at his door like the night after her wake, or after her memorial service, is a dog, a little like beagle puppy, adorable. And she leaves this heartfelt note saying that basically she has accepted her fate and she doesn't want him to be alone, and she gives him this dog. I tear up every time I watch this sequence. It's incredibly moving to start an action movie. Then, by some bad luck and happenstance, he's out with the dog getting gas. Some punks show up. The guy gets in his face, asks him to buy his car. John Wick tells him it's not for sale. The guy says everything has a price, bitch. And John Wick says, not this, bitch. So the guy gets pissed off, so he decides, well, fuck you, John Wick. I'm going to come to your house and get that car. So they do. They break into his house in the middle of the night, beat his ass, kill his dog, and steal his car. Now, at this point, you still don't really know much about John Wick other than he's a man who has just lost his wife. So Yosef, the punk kid that stole John Wick's car and his buddies that killed his dog, take the car to John Leguizamo's chop shop, where Leguizamo proceeds to ask him, where the hell did you get that car? Punches him out in the face and tells him to get the fuck out. Leguizamo later receives a call from Yosef's dad, Vigo, like the biggest crime boss in the city, basically. Vigo says, hey, heard you punched my son. Yeah, your son stole John Wick's car and killed his dog. And Vigo's response tells you everything you need to know about John Wick. He just says, oh. And then he hangs up, and that's it. No retaliation on Leguizamo, nothing. He's just like, oh. And that's it. So just this setup for John Wick as being like this infamous character is already enough. And then they just start building the layers. So he calls John Wick and says, hey, I know my son did you wrong. let's just talk about this like gentlemen. John's already full-blown pissed. He's past the point of no return. He's beyond the breaking point. He doesn't say a word to Vigo over the phone, and instead just hangs up on him. Vigo then sends a 12-man hit squad to Wick's house, and Wick dispatches of all of them in a matter of minutes. It's brutal. Then you get the call. Then you get that call where he's like, "Yeah, I got a dinner reservation for 12," and the cleanup crew just cleans up his whole house and gets rid of all the bodies. Oh, and after he kills all the 12 guys, a squad car's outside and rings the doorbell. And he's like, "Hey, John, having a few complaints about noise in the area. You working again?" He's like, "No, just sorting some stuff out." "All right, I'll let you get to it. I'll let you get back to it, and have a good evening." And cop just leaves because apparently everybody in this town knows who John Wick is, except for Vigo's dumbass kid Yosef, who done fucked up. And now Vigo's fucked up because he sent a hit squad to John Wick. John Wick's pissed. Shit goes crazy from there. You got more stuff where he goes to that hotel, and you get all that. You feel like this universe is like, something that hopefully gets explored. And I'm sure it will get more explored deeper in the second movie. But man, you just get such good universe building without layering in exposition. You just get enough to keep you really interested and engaged throughout the entire movie. And you've got the, everywhere from the hotel staff to the owner, who's played by Joe. It's like played by Ian McShane. He's the owner of the hotel, which is great. And then you get the little interactions between everybody who's recognizing John coming back, and the chick that plays Perkins, and then she ends up trying to kill him and breaking hotel rules because Vigo puts a $2 million hit on him and offers up $4 million to her if she'll do it at the hotel. Meanwhile, he's also got one of John's old buddies, played by William Dafoe. A lot of great actors in this movie, played by William Dafoe, who basically they're like, "I'll give you $2 million to kill John Wick. I know he's a good friend of yours, but do you mind?" And then you think he's gonna do it, and then he ends up helping John in a couple different points in the movie. You get really great driving sequences where you actually see Keanu Reeves doing the driving. I mean, I could go on about this, like from the driving sequences to the choreography, the minimal dialogue with maximum action, and you get so much out of a character that has very few lines. Keanu Reeves really doesn't talk a whole lot in this movie, and it's more effective than I would even say. I'd say first John Wick is on par with the first Die Hard. I will say the one part that that doesn't really make sense to me is the sequence where after John Wick breaks into the church, which is a front where Vigo basically just has all of his stuff, and he lights his vault on fire and burns it and then ambushes him outside, and then he ends up getting knocked unconscious. And instead of just they've got John Wick dead to rights on the ground right in front of him, and instead of just putting a bullet in his head and ending him there, Vigo's all pissed off because, well, he burned his assets and his money and all of his blackmail stuff and all this and that. And it's like, yeah, but you know what this guy's capable of, and you know what he's done thus far. Why would you even give him a chance to still be alive? You've got him unconscious. Just kill him on the ground right there. Obviously, that doesn't make for a great movie, but they just shouldn't have had him get captured there. I thought it would have worked better to do something else. It was nice to get another assist from William Dafoe, and then that makes William Dafoe's character's death even more intense because now he's helped him get out of really bad situations where he probably would have died twice because he got him out of the situation in the hotel. When Perkins was sneaking into his room, he basically shot right next to John and alerted him. And then he killed one of the guys that was suffocating him inside the warehouse when he was captured. And Vigo had left. And then the end sequence with more driving with the Black Dodge Charger. Oh my God, I'm so jealous. They had to have wrecked so many Chargers. I'm like, what? Why? Just give me one. I just want one of those Chargers. Just one, please. Save one for me. But yeah, more excellent driving with Keanu doing, you know, when you see him driving, it's not CG, it's him driving, which is awesome. And then you get a brutal like hand-to-hand fist fight where Wick ends up like, you know, he does that move where he pulls the knife into himself so then he can get it and then stab Vigo. And then at the end, he walks away with the new Pitbull puppy. Hell yeah. John Wick, A+ in my book. One of the best action movies of all time. Let me know what you guys think of John Wick down in the comments, and if you're going to see the second one, let me know what you guys think. I look forward to doing a review of the second one coming out very soon. Check out some of my other videos if you haven't already, and subscribe if you want to see more of this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later.